I'm going to show you how to make some of these pretty painted mason jars. Okay, so the first step is to take some mason jars. These ones I purchased from Quality Save. These large ones were 99p and the smaller ones were 49p. Okay, so the first thing to do is get the stuff you need. So first of all, you need some primer. You need a face mask just so you don't breathe any of the fumes, and some spray paint of your choice if you choose to spray them like the first picture. Okay, so first thing, take the lid off and then take out any of the paper which may be inside the jar. And then just take the sticky label off the bottom as well, so you'll be able to paint the bottom. Okay, so take your primer and give it a shake until you can't hear the rattle sound anymore. And then just spray an even coat all over the glass jar. Okay, so once it's dried, your jars will look like this. So then they're ready to be painted. Okay, if you're going to use the spray paint method, take your spray paint in whichever colour you want, shake it, and then just spray an even layer all over the jar. Then leave it for about 24 hours just for the paint to fully dry. Okay, so once your paint has dried, this is how your mason jar will look. And for this type of mason jar, that's all you need to do, but if you did want to, you can also add a sealer to the jar as well, just to make sure the paint is fully set. Okay, for the next type of jar, if you didn't want to use spray paint, you can use acrylic paint like this. So choose whichever colour you want and then just brush it on. There's a few which I've done. These all have had 2 coats of acrylic paint. Okay, so once the paint had dried, what I decided to do was give it more of a vintage feel. So what I did was I took a nail file, you can also use sandpaper, and just sanded down some of the corners and also over the writing, just so the paint comes off in these areas, which gives it a more rustic look to it. Okay, for the next type of jar, what I did was I took some rub and buff, added a bit to the paintbrush, and then just rubbed over all the raised areas on the jar. This sort of gives it just more of a vintage feel. I also then scratched up the sides and just in certain places of the jar. Okay, so the end result is here. These are the scratched up vintage ones in a few different colours. And these are the ones which have been given like gold accents to give a more vintage look. And these are just a few pictures to show you how I'll be using the jars in my centerpieces for my wedding. I hope this has given you some ideas of how to use mason jars in your wedding. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and give it a like. Thanks for watching.